All right, I'm just back from Saw 10 and I had an absolute blast. I love this series. It is my favorite horror movie franchise that there is. I love the characters, I love the traps, I love the plot. It is a soap opera of a series and I adore it. Even the movies that I hate, there's only two of the all 10 that I'm just like, trash, wish this didn't exist. There's no good to it. Everything else, even the bad, I find something I love about it. So, Saw 10, definitely one of the better installments of the series. It takes place between Saw 1 and 2, but if you want to avoid spoilers, definitely have watched both before watching this, and I will be assuming during this review that you have seen at least Saw 1 and Saw 2. So we are following John Kramer as he is attempting to seek treatment for his cancer diagnosis, and he gets scammed, taken advantage of by these terrible, terrible human beings who are preying on the most vulnerable of society. And what does he do? He goes full on Jigsaw, puts them in a trap, as you expect. Our favorite, or at least my favorite apprentice, Amanda, is there. And so is Billy the Puppet, which leads me to question whether or not he brought this puppet to Mexico with him during a time when everyone's after Jigsaw and this puppet would be very recognizable, or if Amanda brought him, or if they assembled him later. It's a very large puppet. How did they get this puppet to Mexico is my question, because he didn't go there originally for the traps. He went there for treatment, realized he got scammed, and then it's just like, oh, you need to be tested. So I'm wondering about that. I think my only issues with the movie itself would be with the pacing. So ordinarily what I expect from a Saw movie is you have your trap plot, and then you have your police investigation, and you're probably going to be screwing with timelines. We know there's going to be a twist at the end. We didn't get any cop plot whatsoever. I was really expecting, if not, I'm going to avoid spoilers by not saying that person's name, but the basically Terminator, I was expecting them to maybe come in and play a role, some other police detective, some private investigator at least, something like that to come to play to look for these missing people or something, or maybe track something. Hey, maybe someone seen Billy the Puppet going through customs. I don't know. I expected some kind of police investigation that we would cut back to. Absolutely not. The entire time we are with John, we feel the humanity. He is really empathetic as a, is it right to call him a protagonist? He is the focal point, so we're going with this. You feel for him when he gets his diagnosis, feel how hopeless he is, how he is crushed when the hope he did have was taken away from him, and then full on going revenge. And then after that, it's just everyone in this one room, and they go through their plots, or their traps. And, of course, people die. It gets bloody. It's what you expect from a Saw franchise. But I've seen a lot of reviews saying this is one of the more gory ones of the series. I know it's been a while since I watched any of the movies. I seen 1 and 2 only a couple of years ago, and the rest, it's been a while. But I feel like this wasn't as gory as I remembered. I do feel like when they were on like a little bit of a lower budget, I feel like the violence was worse. Now with the higher budget, everything feels too well shot and everything, that I'm just like, I don't feel as gritty, gruesome kind of thing. I don't know. To me, it didn't seem as bad as usual. Characters are fantastic. You want to watch these people die. One is more psychopathic than John Kramer himself. Amanda's a delight. This is my favorite portrayal of her in any of the movies, and I loved her in all the movies that she was in. But without that cop plot that were just in this location, things felt very slow. There was a lot of talking. There was definitely a lot of setup, a lot more setup for this movie than we normally get with a Saw movie. And then once we're in the traps, there's a lot of time between the traps that was just spent with John Kramer and Amanda. So I'm just like, I feel like something's missing. So I thought this movie was too short. Like, it ended, and first of all, a lot happier of an ending than I expected for a franchise, for the Saw movies. And then I'm just like, oh god, was this like a half-hour-long movie or an hour-long movie? Like, what was it? No, this is one of the longer installments of the series, which was shocking to me. A lot more character focus. The traps are still fantastic. They're still bloody. They're still terrifying. They still make you squirm your seats. There is the addition of what I feel would be the easiest trap in the world to survive. And I'm like, normally I'm like, if I'm in a Saw movie, yeah, I just take me out. I'm not doing it. I'm out. I'm not doing it. This one I could pass. I could pass this one. The ending twist reveal, yeah, I seen that coming a mile away. It was not well hidden, but it was still entertaining as hell to watch. I'm just waiting for it. Like, I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. Just let me see it. Do the reveal. I know what's happening. I'm excited for it. So that was a delight. If I were to rank this, I would, and keep in mind, I haven't saw the entire series in a very long time. I have watched all the movies. It would probably go Saw 2, Saw 6. For full disclosure, nostalgia is the first one I seen in theaters. Then probably Saw 10. 3 and 4 are tied, followed by Jigsaw. 5, Saw 3D at the extreme bottom. Hated that movie. Nothing good about it. And Spiral actively offends me. Like, I despise Spiral. So overall, definitely recommend this movie. Had a blast. It's a great time. I'm excited for more from the Saw series, and now I just want to rewatch all of the movies. So that's probably what I'm going to do for Halloween. All right, talk to you later. Bye.